Have you ever heard the story of a lost Egyptian city hidden inside the Grand Canyon? Yes, the same Grand Canyon that millions of people visit every year. But deep inside its cliffs, explorers once claimed to find caves filled with mummies, statues, and even strange writings on the walls. If that is true, it could change everything we know about American history. Because how could Egyptian-style artifacts end up in Arizona, thousands of miles away from Egypt? Some say it was real. Others believe it was a hoax. And then there are whispers that powerful institutions wanted to cover it up. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I'll reveal why some people believe the truth about the Grand Canyon caves is still being hidden from us. Today. In April of 1909, a small Arizona newspaper called the Arizona Gazette published a shocking story. It reported that two men, G.E. Kincaid and Professor Jordan, had made an unbelievable discovery inside the Grand Canyon. According to the article, they found a hidden tunnel system stretching for miles inside the canyon walls. The tunnels were said to be filled with artifacts that looked Egyptian. There were statues of gods, tools made of copper, and even mummies carefully placed inside stone chambers. Some reports even claimed that the walls were covered with strange symbols, like hieroglyphs. For the people who read this story in 1909, it must have felt like a dream. Could it be possible that an ancient civilization had reached America long before Columbus or any European explorers? The story spread, but soon after, things became very strange. The Arizona Gazette article did not stop at tunnels. It described what was inside them, and that is where the mystery grows even bigger. Inside the chambers, the explorers claimed to see statues that looked like Egyptian gods. There were carvings that reminded them of ancient Egypt, and tools that seemed far too advanced for the native people of the canyon. One report even mentioned copper weapons, something unusual for that area. And then came the most shocking claim of all: mummies. Human bodies wrapped and preserved, just like in the tombs of the Nile. If this was true, then the Grand Canyon was not just a natural wonder. It was a treasure chest of lost history. But how could Egyptian artifacts end up in the heart of Arizona? That question is what made the story famous and also dangerous. Because if real, it would mean history books had left out something huge. Soon after the story was published, people started asking questions. If such an incredible discovery had been made, then where were the artifacts? Why had no museum displayed them? The Arizona Gazette had claimed that the Smithsonian Institution was involved in the excavation. But when people asked the Smithsonian, they completely denied it. They said no such discovery was ever made, and no records existed. This only fueled the fire. Some believed the Smithsonian was hiding the truth to protect the history we are taught in schools. Others argued that the story was just a clever hoax made by a local newspaper to sell copies. But here's the strange part. Even today, no one has ever found those caves again. Maps that were supposed to lead there are missing. The exact location mentioned in the newspaper is closed to the public. So, was this simply a tall tale? Or was something important hidden away from us? Long before the 1909 newspaper story, the native Hopi people had their own legends about the Grand Canyon. They spoke of underground cities, hidden deep inside the earth, where their ancestors once lived. Some Hopi stories tell of a people of the underworld who escaped disasters on the surface and built safe homes below the canyon walls. Others describe tall, powerful beings who guided them long ago. When explorers claimed to see mummies and Egyptian-style artifacts, many wondered if these legends were connected. Could the Hopi have been remembering a real civilization that once lived in the canyon? For the Hopi, the Grand Canyon is more than just a landscape. It is a sacred place filled with history that outsiders may never fully understand. And that makes the mystery of the Forbidden Caves even harder to ignore. The Grand Canyon is massive, over 270 miles. long with walls that rise thousands of feet. Inside, there are countless caves and hidden passages, many of which remain unexplored even today. But here's something strange. The exact area where the 1909 discovery was said to be made is now off-limits to the public. Signs warn travelers not to enter, and access is tightly controlled. Why? Some say it is for safety. Others believe it is to protect sacred native lands. But conspiracy theorists argue that it is really to keep people away from the caves. Even experienced explorers have reported that parts of the canyon are strangely restricted, with little explanation. It raises the question, if there is nothing to hide, why block off the area so completely? The secrecy only adds fuel to the legend, and it makes people wonder what secrets still lie inside the canyon's walls. Over the years, many theories have grown around the Grand Canyon caves. Some believe the artifacts were real and that Egyptian explorers somehow crossed the oceans thousands of years ago. If true, it would mean ancient civilizations were far more connected than we ever imagined. Others think the caves belong to a completely different, unknown civilization. A people who vanished long before Native Americans, leaving behind only traces of their existence. Then there are the more fantastic ideas giants, lost tribes, or even visitors from beyond our world. While these theories sound impossible, they have kept the story alive for more than a century. The one thing all sides agree on is this: if the caves were real, they could rewrite history. And maybe that's exactly why they were hidden. So what do you think? Were the Forbidden Caves of the Grand Canyon just a newspaper hoax from 1909? Or was it a discovery so powerful that it had to be hidden from the public? The Grand Canyon still holds secrets that we may never fully uncover. Whether it was Egyptians, a lost tribe, or something even stranger, one thing is clear: our history may be far more mysterious than the books tell us. Now I want to hear from you. Do you believe the caves were real? Or do you think the story was just made up? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. And if you enjoyed this journey into mystery, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow and allows us to explore even more lost civilizations together. Remember, the past is never truly gone. Sometimes, it's just waiting to be rediscovered. Have you ever wondered what secrets the world is still hiding from us? From vanished cities to cursed tombs, our planet is filled with mysteries that refuse to be solved. Some of these stories sound like myths, while others are so real that even science struggles to explain them. Stay with us until the end, because the last mystery we will uncover might just change the way you look at history forever. Long before the modern age, people built civilizations that seemed far too advanced for their time. Massive stone cities, hidden underground worlds, and ancient structures that still leave experts confused. Who built them? How did they vanish? And why do we keep discovering them even today? Each of these secrets is like a piece of a puzzle that never seems complete. Our journey begins with a city that was once full of life but disappeared without a trace. Imagine a place where people worked, prayed, and dreamed, yet one day it was suddenly gone. Was it destroyed by nature, abandoned by its people, or erased from history for reasons we still don't know? The ruins remain, whispering their stories through broken walls and silent stones. Legends often tell us more than we realize. Some speak of cities swallowed by the earth, others of curses placed to protect hidden treasures. Sometimes myths carry a seed of truth. Could these old tales be warnings left behind by those who lived long before us? Could they be telling us where to look or what to fear? Archaeologists dig into the ground searching for answers, but often they find even more questions. Why do so many ancient structures align perfectly with the stars? How did builders without modern tools move stones that even today would challenge our machines? The deeper we dig, the stranger it becomes. But perhaps the biggest mystery is not what was built, but what was lost. Knowledge, technology, and even entire cultures seem to have vanished overnight. Imagine if great libraries, filled with wisdom from the past, had survived. How different would our world be today? What truths were erased that could have changed our future? Every lost city, every forgotten empire, every artifact found in the dirt is a voice calling from the past. They are pieces of a grand story that humanity is still trying to read. And yet, no matter how much we uncover, there is always more waiting, hidden beneath the surface. The truth is, history is not finished. It is alive, breathing through ruins, carved into stones, and waiting in the shadows. And as long as we keep searching, the mysteries will keep speaking to us. Not have you ever heard of a place that held almost all the knowledge of the ancient world? That was the Library of Alexandria. Built in Egypt over 2,000 years ago, it was said to contain books about history, science, medicine, even secrets of lost civilizations. But one day, the library burned. No one knows exactly how it happened or who was responsible. Was it an accident? Or was someone trying to keep this knowledge hidden forever? Imagine if we still had those books today. How different would our world be? Most people know about the tomb of King Tutankhamun. When it was opened in 1922, strange things began to happen. Some of the people who entered the tomb died soon after. Newspapers called it the curse of the pharaoh. Scientists say it was only bacteria and old air trapped inside. But believers think the ancient kings placed real curses to protect their secrets. Could it be true that some places are not meant to be disturbed? Deep under the land of Turkey, there is a city hidden in the rocks. It is called Derinkuyu. Thousands of people once lived underground, safe from enemies above. The city had homes, tunnels, wells, even places for animals. But the strangest thing is no one knows who built it first. Some say it was made by humans with tools. Others believe it may be older than history itself. What do you think? We have explored lost cities, vanished libraries, and cursed tombs. But there are still many mysteries waiting. In our next video, we will travel east into the jungles of Cambodia to uncover the hidden temples of Angkor giant stone structures swallowed by the forest. Who built them, and what secrets do they still keep? Make sure you don't miss it. So now you know, history is not only about dates and kings. It is full of secrets, curses, and hidden places waiting to be found. And we have only just begun this journey. If you enjoyed these mysteries, imagine what is coming next. The ancient temples of Cambodia hide stories that could change the way we see the past. That will be our next stop. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss it. And if you want to suggest a mystery, drop a comment below or email us at mysterycivilizations@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. And remember, history still whispers to those who listen.